Right, to start this cross number, I'm gonna just write some of the possibilities down. Yes, there's lots of multiples of 13, but there's only a few that are two digits. So let's write them out. 13, 20, doesn't take too long. 39, 52, 65, 78, 91. Sorted. For cube numbers that are three digits, there's not that many either. So 5 cubed is the smallest. And then 6 cubed, it's worth just like knowing these off the top of your head if you can. 343, 512, 729. And there's actually fewer fourth powers that are two digit. So 2 to the power 4 is 16, 3 to the power 4 is 81, that's the same as 9 squared, and then it's going to have more than two digits. So that's a good start to this. Now what I did next is I focused on this clue up here, exactly one more than its largest proper factor. So let's say the largest proper factor is x. Now, the biggest number that I could get that is that case is if it's twice that largest proper factor, so 2x. So it must be that 2x um, is 100 more than the largest proper factor. So 2x minus x is equal to 100. That means x is equal to 100 and 2x is equal to 200. So that is the largest number, I think, that can be exactly 100 more than its largest proper factor. Um, Now that doesn't work because they all have to be non-zero. So I can then look instead at 3x. So sorry, that would give me 200. Now 3x minus x, if my number is 3 times the largest proper factor, that will give me 2x is equal to 100, so x is 50, and I'd get 150. Which doesn't work either because of the zero. But what it does tell me is that for this to have three digits, it's got to start with a 1. And actually, I've then sorted out my 1 down. It's got to be 81. All right, let's take a look now at 1 across because we know, right, we've got a bit more information on it. We know it's in the 80s. So if we look at 2 less than a prime, if we look at the primes that are near, well, that are near to 80 or in the 80s, then 81 is not, 83 is, 84 is not, or 85, 86, 87 is not, that's divisible by 3, 89 is, and actually 91 is. When we do 2 less than a prime, I'm going to get 81, 87, or 89. Now, I can actually rule out 89 because 2 down is a cube number and there is no one that starts with a 9. So it's either going to be 81 or 87. Now, I'm going to consider the two cases. Let's just try 81. So if this is 81 here, then 2 down is going to have to be 125, and then 5 across is going to have to be 52. However, 4 down is not even, so I know that that can't be the case, so I can reject 81 as well. Okay, there's a little bit more to rejecting it, but we can be absolutely sure of that, which means it must be 87. I should just be ticking these off as well, shouldn't I? So I've done 1 down, and I've now done 1 across, and that means that 2 down must be 729. So I've also dealt with, which one have I dealt with? 2 down. Furthermore, I've also done 5 across because it must be 91. So that just leaves this one here. We've got that 4 down is not prime, not square, not even. So I've managed to satisfy that. And we also still need this to be exactly 100 more than its largest proper factor. Okay, I'm going to return to my exactly 100 more than its largest proper factor of 1. So I know I'm going to keep going. So now I'm going to look at the number being 4 times its largest proper factor. Now that would not give me x as a whole number, so I can reject that. What if it is 5 times? So 5 times the largest proper factor minus the largest proper factor is 100. That's going to give me x is 25. So I'm going to get 125, which fits. But let's just check it can't be anything else. Although we can see at this point, if that goes there, then 51 is not prime, square, or even. So we're actually sorted. I'm just going to carry on just to convince you. So 6, if it's multiple of 6, then we're going to get 120. 5x is 100, x is 20, 120. And it can't have a 0 there, like I said, and then anything else is going to be less. So it's got to be 125. You could also have done this by varying it based on it not being prime, square, or even to look at all the possibilities and then checking that the largest proper factor is the number is 100 more than its largest proper factor, but I've done it this way instead. But that is an alternative route. So finally, we are asked to sum all 6 clues. So I'm going to add up all the horizontal ones: 87 plus 125 plus 91. What should I add together? I can add these two together to give me 212 plus 91. So that's going to be 303. Okay, then I'll deal with the other ones. 81 plus 729 plus 51. Okay, let me add these two. So I'm going to get 80 here. 81 plus 780. So it's going to be 861. And then if I add 303 and 861, it's going to be 1164. Now we're asked to divide that by 2. So 2's into 11 go 5, remainder 1. Then I'm going to get 8, 2. Oh, so my final answer is 582. Well done.